Hey folks, this is Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland. I'm Jonn Ritland. That
is not even my final derb.
There we go. Also known as Chris. Anyway, this is a SmackDown Toronto review. And let's be honest, this show is a bit shit. It had its moments.
It was not bad. It was not great. It was good, but almost not.
It had its moments. Okay, it wasn't shit.
It's mediocre.
When Shane's music hit, I kept expecting somebody to, say, "Here comes the loony." Well, it's one of the currencies they have there. Here comes the boobies. The saggy boobies. Anyway, Cena came out and went full meta Cena. And then Corbin came out as a horrible. I mean, I'm all for doing new things. It's not as bad as Jason Jordan's theme or Big Cass's theme.
Yeah, it's... The music isn't paired with a very good, intro animation in the background. The previous one was great, fit perfectly with the music. This one, I want fire.
Because it's not like other talents on the roster.
You're like a guy getting decals on his car for the first time and still think fire is a good idea.
Yeah. Or like Tom Hanks in Castaway. He made fire.
Well, that was a good idea.
It was. The movie itself was not a good idea.
Speaking of not surviving, let's continue.
Let us continue.
Speaking of which, we never know when the nukes will hit.
This is true. Right? Yeah. Thanks, Trump. Corbin is a dumpster fire. That's a new chat. That was good shit. I really enjoyed that.
Just the crowd. Dumpster fire!
So, they're going to have a match at SummerSlam. Corbin and Cena, not Corbin and the dumpster fire.
Corbin would lose.
He would.
Kalisto would climb out like...
Because one cannot be beaten by trash.
If one becomes trash.
It was a decent opening segment, though.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, of course, making the match for SummerSlam. Cool. Then the Usos. Their new music. And it's not much better.
It's day 2 shit.
Day segment 2-ish. It was, day 2. It is number 2. It is bad. Yep. The Usos are not bad wrestlers. They're just not interesting. Are they more interesting as heels? Yes, but they weren't interesting at all as faces, so they could only go up.
Yeah, that's true. They were very one note as faces.
Now they're
Cesaro.
Sheamus and Cesaro.
All right.
Usos versus Ty and Zayn. At least Ty and Zayn have something to do if they team up. I'm all for this. The problem, I don't think they're going to go anywhere with it.
I don't know. They could add some much needed life to the tag team division.
You mean the opposite of what the Usos are doing?
Right.
I like the idea. It was a decent match. It was actually probably the best match of the night. The opening match. There were only 4 matches on the show, by the way. Right. It was decent.
Yep.
It wasn't bad. I mean, Usos won because of course they did. They kicked Ty in the dick and then targeted his knee. Perfect. And then Orton cut a backstage from. Okay. I liked Renee's Beetlejuice jacket. Mm-hmm. If you say her name 3 times, Dean Ambrose comes up.
Gross.
Anyway, so
phrasing.
Oh yeah, probably should phrase that better. Then the fashion peaks, which was the best thing about the show. Dango being all confused, Ascension just coming for the free pie. And of course,
Ascension.
Yeah, Ascension just coming for the free pie.
You said Dango, I was like, what?
Well, no, Dango, I screwed. Dango is missing.
You
Ascension.
done goofed.
Yes, I did. Dango is missing, Ascension came for the free pie.
Gross.
We'll just tell your mother.
Free pie?
We'll just tell your mother we ate it.
Whoa.
That's a deep cut for American Pie fans. Anyway, but it was funny. Dango suddenly shows up, hands him the coffee. That's a damn fine cup of coffee, and he's suddenly back.
No, here he goes.
Oh. See, best part, though, was the aliens kidnapped and anal probed him.
Yes.
Vince may have loved that line and may give them a tag title run just because of that.
Yep.
Because Vince loves probing things. That was probably the best segment of the night, though. And hopefully they maybe do get a tag title shot at some point. And actually do better stuff than they did at Backlash instead of being goofy and not taking it seriously.
With the popularity that they've gained once the New Day beat the Usos and claimed the championship,
Please.
people are going to be like, oh god, we get to sit through another 400 from a day reign. But no. Nope. It's going to be taken by Breezango.
And I'm all for this.
Because they're building them, they're pacing them just right. Now it's just time to put them into some matches again and get the ball rolling.
Why don't you just put them on the pre-show at SummerSlam? You have a 2-hour pre-show, 4-hour main show. Mm-hmm. You're going to need stuff to fill the time instead of going to the kickoff panel every 10 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, Breezango, Tyler Breeze looks like he's losing his sanity.
Oh, I see what you did.
Did you hear it?
I must have heard it because it'd be
Welcome to Logic!
Logic. Charlotte versus Lana happened. And
sure, that's the term.
Yes, it happened.
It happened.
Did Lana pull Charlotte's tights down because it seemed like the crowd started chanting, "Thank you, Lana"?
Then again, she is always just great to look at. She's not very good at the ring.
No, Lana is great to look at. She's great to look at.
But at the same time, there's got to be some substance.
There does. There does have to be substance. There does, because I can English.
There does gotta be some substance. I took my speech lessons from AJ Styles.
Ray J. Styles.
AJ Styles.
The Satori. It was... We can agree, though, that Charlotte versus Lana was a match.
Yes.
It happened.
Certainly.
Charlotte won. And then Shane, of course, hyped up Styles and Owens. The whole thing of, wait... Kevin Owens doing the network plug and just making the most of it. But the best part was McMahon's have a habit of screwing over legendary Canadian wrestlers. But he deserved it. I do not. Oh, Owens, you great heel, you. My God.
Indeed.
That was, yes. Oh, that was so great. That was a great shirt. That was good stuff. The network stuff. Could Shane go heel in the match? Don't give me a reason to, not call it down the middle with you guys, is what he said.
And then an entirely predictable outcome. Someone will give him a reason.
What if he likes those candies and that sways his opinion?
What?
Anyway, it was a good... Candy. It was a good piece of candy. James Woods, you nutcase. It was a decent segment.
Yep.
Enjoyable. And then Carmella versus Naomi. Okay, now look. The match was It wasn't bad. Ellsworth came back. Yeah. And now mind you, non-title match. Ellsworth comes back, pushes Naomi off the ropes. She gets to win. Go ahead. No. I want you to do this.
Alright. So let's think this through for a moment. How could you really shake up a SummerSlam event? Ellsworth returns. Takes down Naomi. Before the pin, she cashes in. Or after the pin, she cashes in and pins again.
Because Naomi was out.
You get the championship. Naomi still has to go up against Natty because that's the match.
So you have a 3-way match.
Oh my. And then you can put the belt on Natty with no problem.
I really don't know why they didn't do that. Because then Carmella could get her automatic rematch clause. She
gives New Jersey a bad name.
She's from Staten Island.
Oh.
I mean, she does give New Jersey a bad name also, but I mean, she's not actually from there. It is weird that somebody from Staten Island kept choking out, a black person. What? It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Attention.
I will make... Garner sympathy. I will make up for it by saying that it was good that Ellsworth was back. And here's why.
Yep.
It adds to Carmella's character. Which Carmella needs character.
Every Eddie needs a red.
Oh, God. One of your first photo shows, that was good stuff.
What was it? It was Natty who called...
Yes, Natty, your clueless turtle face...
Your chinless turtle face...
Yes. Friend.
And I'm like... Oh, that's mean, Natty. Ellsworth looks nothing like Mitch McConnell.
So many shots at the Trump administration here.
Even Mitch McConnell's criticizing
I know.
Trump.
Yeah, I mean, he should.
When Mitch McConnell's criticizing Trump. Now let's move forward.
Saying a lot, given how disgusting he is. So, Shinsuke interview, it happened.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I like Shinsuke. I just don't know if these interviews are doing him any favors.
Because if English is not your first language, and you speak Japanese properly, why not get a translator? Or subtitles.
Does that so well. I agree with you, though.
You think your Kung Fu is better than mine?
Now we move to Jinder versus Orton again. Why? And
Fun fact, there's no audio editing.
No, there's none. No audio editing. He's just that good. Orton won clean, which I guess is telling the story, as you said, that he can't win without help.
Yes.
Jinder, a.k.a. And I'm fine with that.
Yep.
But then, because, I mean, I don't think Jinder's lost clean since, what, Mania? Or just shortly after Mania, and then they suddenly started to build him back up, like, for 2 weeks, and then, he's the champion.
Yeah.
And then Rusev saved the day by targeting Orton. Hooray!
Hooray!
Rusev's going to lose at SummerSlam, because we can't have nice things. But we'll get to the SummerSlam predictions next week, right after SmackDown.
Once we have an idea on what the full card's going to be.
Basically, almost the whole thing except one match. I think they're going to have one more. Yeah, right? They're actually hyping stuff and building it. They're not messing around. SmackDown gets a C. Because, I mean, Raw smashed the hell out of it just with 2 matches alone.
Yeah. It was an adequate edition of SmackDown. That's all I gotta say about it. It was a C. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It was there.
Yeah.
But we'll see what comes out of this.
True. SmackDown next week could be pretty good because they're build all the stuff towards SummerSlam. Mm-hmm. Then 205 Live, Nice versus Alexander. Good opener. Between 2 guys that are a bit underutilized. Especially Nice. I mean, Alexander's at least had some good feuds.
Yeah.
He's been featured a little more. Nice, they're finally giving him some TV time, which is...
I think they need to bring Alexander out of 205 Live and just put him onto the main roster. He'd rock it.
No, he would. I think they need, and this is the gospel truth, I think get rid of 205 Live. If it's not doing the numbers you think, get rid of 205 Live. Take half the cruiserweights on Raw, half the cruiserweights on SmackDown. Have the champion go between the shows, and you build that up. Because honestly, at this point, if 205 Live isn't working, the crowd's kind of dead.
Yeah, you only have 3 matches every episode.
Yeah. Sometimes 4 if you have 2 squashes.
Yeah, so you could definitely fit those into the main roster very easily.
And without having all those recaps, you could fill that time with cruiserweight action. Like, seriously.
Start off Raw with a good cruiserweight match.
Yeah, like, do it at the beginning of the second hour. Do like Nitro did when Raw went on the air. Except, Nitro had really good cruiserweights, and Raw had Taka Michinoku, and... Oh, yeah, they had Lawler's son, who's a coward. Anyway, that was cool, though. Nice won.
Yeah.
It was fun. Dasha looked really soft.
Grabbing the tights.
Yes. He used the power. I mean, he's a heel. He's supposed to.
Yep.
And Dasha interviewing Kendrick, she looked soft. She did.
Nice and pillowy.
I do want to rest my head more when I look at her. Gallagher getting more vicious with the gloves.
With some gentlemanly rage.
The tweet you sent to him. That was great. That was great stuff.
I'm not mad. I'm just a little absolutely livid.
That should be a line to use. I like how they're building this feud with Kendrick and Gallagher.
Yeah.
I like it's bringing out a different side of Gallagher. It's cool stuff. Could hype for a match between him and Pete Dunne. I don't know why they don't want to have a UK Championship match at SummerSlam. I'm just saying, Vince apparently was shooting for the idea of it. Make that something on the main card. You would just have to show vignettes during Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
And right there, you got your hype. Too bad they won't do it.
WWE is a bit oversaturated at the moment.
Yes, true.
Not in the best ways, but they're oversaturated.
sometimes in the best way, sometimes not.
Yeah.
Because they can make the best of it if they try, but sometimes they don't.
I think it'll be good once John Cena and Brock Lesnar step out.
And Orton.
Yes, and Orton.
I mean,
Jinder.
And Big Show. Well, Big Show at least. Jinder, at least, if they just keep him as a mid-card jobber, could be fine because he's at least got a little bit of youth on his side. I'm referring to guys that just are way past their prime. And I'm not saying Jinder ever has a prime. But at least age-wise, you can keep him around for a few years.
Yeah, it's just you got to make sure to build your younger talent.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to have those people like Noam Dar who are young but extremely proficient.
Bate, Dunn. I mean, I know they're on lower deals because of the UK deals and they wrestle at various independent shows, especially ones that WWE has partnerships with. But still, yeah, you got to build the new talent. Speaking of Noam Dar, he faced off against a guy named Mark Thomas, beat him easily. That was a squash. Yeah,
whatever.
It happened. Then Tozawa and Neville in an interview.
I think they're trying to just reestablish his momentum.
Yeah, which is fine.
After the Alicia, fuck that.
Yeah, right? And that's what they need to do. Give him some jobber wins, give him some quality wins, have him beat, have him beat Lindsay Dorado in a good 8-10 minute match, something like that. And then Tozawa Neville interview, it's another
Hey, you remember Grand Metalik?
Yeah, he was there last week. He hasn't really been anywhere. Ho-Ho Loon.
Yay!
Ho-Ho Loon, unfortunately, is no longer part of the Cruiserweight roster. He asked for his release, go and take care of his sick mom.
Wasn't he on NXT?
He was on NXT a little bit, but he's in the Cruiserweight Classic before.
Oh.
But, sorry he had to leave because of his mom, but hopefully she heals up.
Ho-Ho had to leave to take care of his mom. Ding dong.
Damn.
She works as a hostess.
TJP versus Swan Chris. Talk about this match while I try to...
It was a great match. Pure brutalness by TJP.
Swan was the best-selling face. It's one of the best-selling faces in the...
To translate, John, he has
one of the best-selling faces in the business. God damn it, Chris. Now I'm just thinking of...
Fun fact, we don't use scripts.
We do not. I write down cliff notes, that's about it. How we are as far as jokes on here, that's pretty... If we did live streams, that's exactly how we are. Leave in the comments if you guys want to see live streams sometime.
Of SummerSlam or WrestleMania or...
God, the WrestleMania one will be like 10 hours.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome.
I am out of storage space on my 8-terabyte hard drive.
You what?
I'd be out of storage space.
You would be, yeah, we wouldn't want that.
I
know you would. There's a lot of stuff. TJP and Rich Swann, though, it was a good match, as you would expect with these guys.
Yeah.
It was a great match at the end of the near the end of the Cruiserweight Classic. Actually, I think that was the finals. It was really good. It was really, really good. It was enjoyable. It might have been.
We did skip over the interview with Tozawa and Neville.
I just said it was eh. I mean, it was good hype for Tozawa and Neville.
Neville, short, strong, temperamental, considers himself royalty. I am the hype.
He is Vegeta.
He's Vegeta. He is Team 4-Star's very own version of Vegeta.
He really is.
And if you can't unhear that,
congratulations.
Beat. Go.
So
have some fun.
It was 205 Live. Despite the two matches,
C plus.
C plus is what I was guessing.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking that they're really not putting any effort. And I'm not saying the talents, but creative's not putting any effort into 205 Live. I like the idea that we mentioned earlier of taking cruiserweights, putting them on Raw and SmackDown, giving them at least a couple matches on Raw, a match or two on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Make more use of the stuff. Just have fun.
Yeah.
Use them on house shows more often. Build some storylines and go with it. So that's what we got to say. So we are on to Raw next week. Do you agree, disagree with what we said about this? Like, share, comment, subscribe, or in that order or not. I don't care. And check out the thumbnail by this guy and the Twitter handles that we have. So this has been Real Honesty with Jonn Ritland. I'm Jonn Ritland. That
is the Durbinator.
The Redurbinator.
Redurbed.
And we will see you.
The Redurbination.
We will see you Monday For Raw.
Bye, everybody! Yeah.